Now, specifically what I wanted to talk about today is the size of our lures. As anglers, when things are tough, we often instinctually downsize, right? We go smaller, we go to really finesse types of presentations, and they work for us. Well, often the things that I learn as a bass angler over all the years are unintentional or by mistake. Well, there was a time up on the Mississippi River at La Crosse quite a few years ago when I was throwing a 1.5 down some riprap banks and catching a few fish here and there. And I can't remember if I broke the lure off or a hook got messed up or something happened and I had to put on another lure. Well, I happened to have a 2.5 sitting out on the boat deck, so I just tied that one on quick instead of digging out another 1.5. And immediately I started catching more smallmouth and a better quality fish. Well, then I got to thinking about it, and really this time of year, depending on the bait fish that you've got in your lake or river, the shad are going to be bigger than they have at other times of the year. Some places the shad are really big. And you also have got lots of panfish, bluegills, crappie, rock bass, that type of thing that have some pretty good size to them. So then I started experimenting with even bigger baits. And this is the time of year when I like to throw big square bills. Okay, this is a 4.0 and this is an 8.0, and if you take a look at this 8 compared to the 2.5, that is a massive difference as a bass angler's point of view. But if you think about this in a bait fish point of view, there's a lot of times that this one here probably fits the physical size and profile better than the 2.5 does. So I really like to have a variety of the 4.0 and the 8.0 with me this time of year. Now, as far as the presentation goes, I'm still going to burn this thing. You know that I like to live and die by the square bill oftentimes. I have a huge selection of square bills, many more in the garage just waiting to be used. I love the square bill. So I'm still going to burn this lure, but my equipment, I'm going to be putting a high-speed reel on there, because it's all about burning this lure, and then the big crankbait rod. I like to use like a 7'6" cranking rod that's going to give me the ability to make long casts when I need it. And trust me, with this 8.0, you can make some long casts pretty effortlessly with this thing. But also, I can still, with that 7'6" as opposed to, let's say, a 7'10" or something like that, I can still finesse it around, you know, sides of docks, laydowns, that type of thing, but it's all about burn it, burn it, burn it. I'm looking to get those fish to react. So often this time of year when I'm like, okay, I need to downsize here, things are pretty tough, don't forget that we can scale up our baits as well, and you might trigger more bites, and man, there are times when you're going to catch a lot better quality fish as well. So if you've been thinking about diving into some of those big square bills, right now, this time of year is when I would put a few in my tackle box. And we all know that another great lure for fall fishing is fishing a fluke or a soft jerk bait. Well, if you would like to watch a video about one way that we can enhance that presentation, go ahead and check this one out right here, and make sure you go out and encourage someone today. You never know how you might just change their life. For the Bass Fishing Life, I'm your host, Steve Rogers.